Hello everybody and welcome back to the Milu project. Today we'll be discussing how to come up with grammar and syntax for your conlang. But before we start, don't forget to watch our latest video on morphology, the art of creating words. So far, we've looked at phonetics, phonology, syllable structure, and morphology. Now it's time to look at how they fit together into sentences, or their syntax. Syntax is a set of rules that govern the structure of a sentence. We usually split a sentence into the subject, object, and verb. For the sake of simplicity, let's simplify the boy ate the fruit into boy, ate, and fruit. In my conlang, this is how you translate the sentence. However, the subject, object, and verb could be ordered in any way you wanted. I'm going to stick with subject, verb, object, as just like subject, object, verb, it's a very popular word order among natural languages. Now that we have a default word order, let's translate the phrase, the quick woman's house. As well as the primary word order, it's important to consider the order of all the elements in the phrase. In English, a very head initial language, the house, being the thing talked about, is at the end of the sentence, but things could be different. In my conlang, which is mildly head final, this is the word order. When devising your syntax, consider if all the descriptors of the subject come before or after. You should try to translate as many phrases and sentences as possible, so you can draft the word order for all the components in your language. Now let's get into the grammar. Since my conlang is fairly analytical, it has no inflections. The present tense is marked with the prefix so, and the past by fe. The future is marked with ihu. When it comes to verbs, there are three main components: tense, mood, and aspect. Mood is a feature which allows the speaker to express their opinions about what they are saying. In English, we have the indicative mood, which expresses things that are true, the subjunctive, which shows things which are not true, and the imperative, which is used to command people. There is also the conditional, but it's only really a mood when using modal verbs. Linguists categorize moods into realis and irrealis, true or not true. It's important to state that not all mood is grammatical mood. For example, in my conlang, even the indicative is not a grammatical mood, as it's followed by the suffix so. In my language, I have added the potential mood, an irrealis mood, which shows that an action will probably happen. In this case, probably eat. The third element of verbs is aspect. Aspect describes how an action extends over time. English combines aspect and tense to specify if an action has been completed or if it's continuous. If your conlang has many tenses, it might be best to shy away from aspect. However, if you only have a present tense, aspect is a very useful tool for organizing your verbs throughout time. Since I already have 3 tenses, I'm just adding the near perfective, signifying that an action has just been completed. I've talked a lot about verbs, so now it's time to look at the nouns. In my language, nouns can be modified by these particles. Since verbs in my conlang derive from nouns, to make a verb back into a noun, you simply remove the ending. Adjectives in my language are formed by adding the affix sil, and for the adverbs, you just add an adjective to a verb like this. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next week for our episode on creating a writing system.